Welcome to the Savvy Woman Show. I'm Catherine Magana, a certified financial planner with Savvy Woman Wealth Management, where we entertain, educate, and enlighten women into being knowledgeable investors. The Savvy Woman Show is here to help you learn about life, investing. We have different types of female advocates, entrepreneurs, authors, and much more that come to our show. With these real-life stories, we hope to empower you and to learn from our experiences. And so today we have a very special guest, Carol Fehr. Carol's a sales director with Mary Kay, and we're just so happy to have you with us today, so welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us a little bit about how you became a star consultant. How did you get to Mary Kay?
Okay, I was a professional musician. I had a jazz band. I played jazz festivals, cruises, conventions, private parties. I booked the band. And 26 and a half years ago, I was married, and we owned our first home, and we had more month than money. Okay. And I was introduced to the products and sat down with a consultant and tried the products, and I was impressed even back then with the products. They have really changed a lot, but I was impressed, and actually, we were $500 short on our mortgage every single month, and so we were looking for a way to make up the difference, and she mentioned to me about Mary Kay, and I had no background in that, and but I decided, you know what, I would try because I really had a need and was willing to do it.
So then did you do it part-time in the beginning? Is that
Very part-time. I still continued to play music. I still traveled. What I loved about it was flexible, so I could, sometimes I was playing a jazz festival and I was out of town, other times I was playing a cruise on the harbor, and other times I was playing a convention in the morning, so I needed something that was flexible.
Wow. So at what point did you realize I'm going to go all in and I'm ready to commit 100%?
It was really two things, really two pieces of it. The first thing is the music business where we lived and the type of music we played started to really decline, and so we needed more money. And the second thing is that I fell in love with the culture of Mary Kay. I fell in love with, she was alive at the time, I fell in love with her values, which were, putting your faith before your faith, your family, and then your career, and also praising women to success, treating people with the golden rule, all those different things that I didn't realize were that important.
So I guess early in your career, you mentioned you met Mary Kay. So
yes.
I read on your bio. So it sounds like you got some inspiration from her. What did she share with you? What did you take away from that meeting with her?
Oh gosh, so treat people the way you would like to have them treat you, which is the golden rule. Praising women to success. You can do it. You can do anything that you make up your mind to, and just confidence, hope, lots of things.
So for those women that are going through career changes, or was there any challenges with doing that, or do you feel like because you were able to transition over time that help, or do you have any advice for somebody kind of looking at maybe a career change?
I would look for mentors and somebody that really is in the field that you want to get into, and I would watch them and learn from them, and pay attention to what they're doing. Get on a success path with somebody that knows what they're doing, and I felt like that's what I did with Mary Kay. I decided that I was going to, in the very beginning, it truly was only for $500 a month, but then it started with more, and I focused and put myself in the position of being around women that knew what they were talking about.
So it sounds like there's this real big support system, and all of you help each other. I mean, it sounds like, do you do extra trainings, or how do you feel like you help each other with other women that are coming into this field?
Well, the company is a success path already laid out. They have training. The company itself has training. We have training where we have mentors. It's like, I call it a tribe. It's really fun because we work together. Mary Kay used to say that if a woman had an idea and she kept it to herself, and this woman had an idea and kept it to herself, we'd only each have one idea, but if we shared them, we'd have two. And so it's just it's a different culture, and I think that's what I fell in love with.
So I mentioned mentors and training, and what do you think else contributed to your success?
Belief. just plugging in, just really truly plugging into people that believed in me until I believed and you know what, a work ethic. I have a work ethic. When I was playing music and booking the band and everything, I was willing. And I think if a woman has a willing heart, they can do anything, you know.
So what's the ideal client that you like to work with, or what type of clients do you work with or help?
Actually, my business has two, like soup and sandwich. I love sharing the product with people. I love, and I've had the pleasure of working with you, and it's been a lot of fun, just to help women's needs and let her sample, try before they buy, 100% satisfaction guarantee. And then with that, I meet women that are looking for opportunities or refer me to somebody that's looking for opportunities.
And you're obviously a success. Obviously, you started, and then many years later, here you are, and you have an incredible business. And obviously, it sounds like you also mentor other women too.
I do.
I think that's amazing. So tell us, obviously from my experience being on the other side, for me recently, over the last couple months, I had an opportunity to sit with you and get some consulting on the makeup. And Carol had me get out of my box a little bit, and, which is hard for me to get out of the box, but I was happy that I did it. And when I went back, originally I wasn't sure, and then I looked back and I'm like, gosh, I actually love, having some of the colors on today. It's like, oh, I loved trying something different and new, and I wouldn't have done it unless you gave me that kind of support and that guidance. So I think having somebody on your side and that you could trust is just as important. Sometimes it's not just the makeup, even though it's amazing, but it's also having somebody that can help you and you know that you trust that will give you good advice.
Right.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So tell us about kind of what your idea of managing life and work and kind of balance.
Well, I was trained and taught very well by Mary Kay, and I can say I tried very hard to follow this, but she did a thing where a weekly plan sheet where you lay everything out that you have to do. I call it a brain dump. I actually do this, where you put everything down, decide what you want and what you need to do, what you have to do, and then who can you delegate to, and then what would be the top things that are going to make the biggest difference in whatever you're working on. And I try very hard to do that, to teach it, because it really helps balance. It helps a woman have balance.
So tell me about, I didn't realize you were selected as Miss Go-Giver for 2006, and so that's amazing. Do you want to share a little bit about that with us?
Well, the company has an award, and it's not something that you can earn. It's something that the people choose and vote for you, and I was chosen. It's called Miss Go-Give, and it was actually started by Mary Kay. Many years ago, there was a sales director, her name was Susie Vickers, and she was so go-give. She just never thought of what was in it for her. She was always, she just always did without even any thought. And Mary Kay always used to say, everything you put out into the lives of others will come back to you. And so that was her, and she was brutally murdered. And so Mary Kay named the award after her, and I was so honored to be chosen as a Miss Go-Give. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Just recently realized that, because you didn't share that with me.
No.
So I can see why you received that, because you are a go-give person.
Thank you.
So is there anything that maybe some of our other women that are experiencing maybe change, or even just maybe trying to look a little different, or any tips that you'd like to give, or anything that comes to mind that
changing the way they look?
I don't know, just maybe something maybe for like the fall, like, oh, should I try something new, or is there, or I guess the different seasons, and just
look in magazines. And with the company, our company goes to New York and does the trend report, and so they find out what's happening in summer, what's happening in spring, fall, and so we know ahead of time what's in style, the colors and things like that, and change something, even if it's just a lipstick, because we do get in a box.
I think we sometimes, it gets habit. Like I buy the same. I was buying the same stuff for years, and then over time, been trying different things with Mary Kay. But I'm one of those. Okay, I get in my routine. So I think it's just breaking that routine, and
it's
I'm
just
sure
a habit. It really is. And then, excuse me, work with a company. Mary Kay has got 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you chose something and it really wasn't right for you, or not, it's not a cosmetic graveyard. You can get your money back, or get the product that you really do want, and that gives me confidence in helping people.
So is there anything, is anybody that stands out to you that you look to, that inspires you now, or is there any special kind of books or training or anything that you, or is it, I know you do a lot of that, but I don't know if there's anything that stands out to you that you want to share.
Well, there's people that are in my business that really stand out, that have poured into me, that have mentored me. When I first began, I had a sales director who lived in Carlsbad, and she has, gosh, I've watched her build her business when she didn't have kids, and then she had 2 little boys that she was able to adopt and raise, and she and her husband worked together and built a huge Mary Kay business, and she's mentored and coached and trained and poured into people all across the globe, and she's been a real inspiration. And my sales director was started in Carlsbad, and the same thing. She was a single mom when I met her. She had a 6-year-old daughter, fell in love with the man of her dreams. He took her to Austin, Texas, and they went to she was able to help him really get his business, which he was an architect. And so just those types of people.
So do you find, like, for example, I know some women that are perhaps taking care of kids, which is a full-time job, but maybe wanting to do something on the side. So it sounds like this might be a good opportunity if you want to build a little bit of a side business or career, a good way to do that.
It's for a woman who wants to come home and be with her kids. It's for a woman that wants to have freedom and flexibility to maybe not be with her kids for a while and do something like send them to camp or go on a vacation. Or it's for a woman that has hit the ceiling in her job, and maybe it's for a woman that has a screaming sleeping giant inside of her, and that giant hasn't been able to come out. My youngest consultant's 18 and my oldest is 84.
Oh, no way.
So,
wow. It's incredible. I guess it's for all ages.
Yes.
So that's amazing. Well, at this time, I just want to take a few minutes. The Savvy Women Wealth Management, we do have a few webinars. We also do videos. You can find a list of our webinars in Savvy Minutes at savvyup.com. That's savvyup.com. We also do post the Savvy Woman Show. We're real big on educating women about money, investing, and life in general. One of the reasons why we bring on our special guests like Carol with us, so that we can learn from each other and help each other. So thank you so much for being a part of the show today.
Thank you.
Can you share with our listeners perhaps how they can get in touch with you if they want to learn more about your business or how to work with you as a consultant?
Sure. My website is www.marykay.com/Carol, F as in Frank, B, Carol FB. And my phone number is 760-490-5270. And I just want to say what a pleasure you are. I have watched you and worked side by side with you for several years, and I'm so impressed with you, Catherine. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Once again, it's Women Empowering Women, so thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. At Savvy Women Wealth Management, we do offer a free financial consultation, so if you'd love to come down and have a cup of coffee with me, please feel free to give me a call. I'd love to set that up and get to know you. Every week we do, or every month we do an inspirational quote. So today's quote is from Marilyn Monroe. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. So wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. So we've come a long way today. At Savvy Women Wealth Management, knowledge is power for successful investing. Never stop learning, and savvy up.